Auschwitz 1 and Auschwitz 2 today. We are on our way from Auschwitz to Krakow. It's quite scenic. Just come to our apartment in Krakow, and one of the girls who's there at the reception, she actually speaks Hindi. Hi Paulina.
Hello.
Namaste. Namaste. आपने हिंदी कब सीखी?
कब 5 साल पहले, लेकिन ये बहुत मुश्किल भाषा है.
Hi, we're taking a city tour today. It's in an electric car, as you can see. Basically, there are no doors. It's just this plastic sheet which is zipped down. We're in the Lviv castle in Krakow. This is the church part of it. This is where the Polish president and his wife are actually buried. They actually buried here. They died in a plane crash in Russia a couple of weeks back, and we just came here to see the castle. We didn't know about this, and when we went inside the first time and saw their names, we weren't really sure what that meant. We thought it was just a commemoration for them, but we found out that they actually buried here inside this castle, inside this church.
Hello and good morning. We are in Krakow and now we are heading towards Lviv. What have we got here? We've got a really narrow alleyway, and Pooja is trying to maneuver the car out of this alleyway. I said I'll do it, but she said no, I want to do it. So let's just hope she's able to bring the car out without putting a scratch or two on Goofy. And there we are, she has done it. She has done it. Excellent. How do you feel?
I managed that time spirit. I'm really happy. I can drive in China, I know. Hi guys, we've entered Ukraine finally after 2 hours 15 minutes.
In Ukraine now. That's the board. That says Lviv, which is 71 kilometers, and that's where we are heading to now. So we have finally done it. We are finally in Ukraine. Woo!
This is the Ukraine-Poland border.
This monument was built for respect to all the policemen who died in Lviv long back, and the monument shows St. George on a horse. He's slaying a dragon here. Now our guide has just told us that what this symbolizes is the dragon here is actually the mother-in-law, and St. George is actually killing her. So he's actually killing the mother-in-law, who is represented by the dragon in this monument here. Okay, we've just come back from the city tour of Lviv, and what we are doing now is we need to perform a few checks on the car. Now we are going to open the bonnet and check all the fluids. That's the brake oil. That looks okay. That's the coolant. It has actually gone down. It was still here. It has gone down now. That's the power steering fluid. That's absolutely fine.
The dipstick. Okay. Yeah, that's the maximum.
So we are standing on top of the Key Hill. In the 5th century, 3 brothers came to the city and they started living here, and that's from when the Kiev city was established. The eldest brother was called Key, and this hill is named after him, called Key Hill. What you see behind me is the most ancient tree in the country, and it's called linden tree. The tree is 700 years old, and there's another legend which says that if you hug the tree and wish for something, your wish will come true. So because everybody was coming here and hugging the tree, so the government has put a fence around it, so you cannot hug the tree anymore.
Now we're going to go to the Chernobyl Museum. We couldn't go to the Chernobyl town because apparently you need special permits to go there, and it takes up to 3 days to process those permits. Now we didn't know that. and we thought we could just drive to Chernobyl and see the site, but you can't do that. You can only go to Chernobyl for 1 hour, as in the tour is for 1 hour. Ideally it should be for that amount of time, because there's so much radiation there that the radiation does affect you. It doesn't affect you permanently. You might feel nauseous, you have a headache, but within a day's time you're fine. Chernobyl was a nuclear power plant in Ukraine, about 130 kilometers from Kiev, and on the 26th of April 1986 one of the nuclear reactors exploded. It was an accident, they say, and the amount of radiation that was released into the atmosphere was about 100 times that of the atom bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So you can well imagine the consequences of this. And the radiation leaked into the area, the forest, the water bodies, the rivers, everywhere. This is pure coincidence. It's the 26th of April today, and the accident happened on the 26th of April 1986. We are about 50 kilometers from Kharkiv, and we've just stopped in a restaurant, Russian translation book, English to Russian translation book, and we've been looking at this book and conversing with the waitresses, and it's been fabulous because they've been laughing and we've been laughing, and I'm just going to ask her if she has some butter for the bread.
Масло.
Масло.
Масло есть. Да.
Short, пожалуйста. До свидания.
До свидания.
Nice lunch of omelette and bread after ordering everything by ourselves in Russian language. So I think we should be really proud of ourselves. Anybody who's traveling in Russia or Ukraine or any other countries, it's really easy. I mean, everybody appreciates that you are trying to make an effort to speak their language, and you just have to say some words and you have a smile on your face, and they like it, and they smile back and try to help you as much as they can.
We're in Kharkiv now,
near a tank.
and this is the tram. This is the tank where we're supposed to meet the Mitro, who's going to accompany us till the Russian border.
Bro. Hi, Dmitro.
Yeah?
We are standing outside one tank.
Okay. You have something on the roof of your car, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm coming.
This is our friend Dima, and he's taking us to see Kharkiv today.
Kharkiv is a city of squares, and this is because in the old Soviet Union, the Soviets needed big streets and squares for parades and to get their tanks out.
Ukraine, the democratic powers came to the power, but unfortunately Soviet came from the north and occupied Ukraine. So we had only 2 years of independence, only 2 years, and not all territory, because from the western side Polish came also. They wanted the western Ukraine, and the Russian wanted everything. So and Kharkiv it was that time very big industrial center also, like now it is. A lot of workers who had very bad conditions of work and life. So that's why they supported Soviet, they supported Russians. They promised them good work, they promised the peasants the land.
Cheers.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you so much for bringing us here. It was great. Thank you.
We are 28 kilometers from the Russian border. We're still in Ukraine. This is what the road is like.
Extremely bad.
We've just stopped the car now because we've been driving on these roads. As you can see, there is no road there.
I hope before midnight we reach the border.
And the border is only 15 kilometers away.
Hello. Good evening. Good morning, actually. It's 1 o'clock in the morning on the 29th of April. and we've just passed the border control into Russia, and we're in the middle of nowhere, but we found a really nice guest house.
Okay, we've reached Volgograd, and Mummy Papa are standing in the front. Here we are standing at the war memorial that's dedicated to the soldiers who died during the World War II while protecting the city of Stalingrad. That's the name Volgograd was known at that time. These walls are names of around 7,000 soldiers out of about 1 million soldiers who died during this war while protecting the city.
Hi, we're in Astrakhan, just very close to the border of Russia and Kazakhstan. And we're going to take a tour of the Volga River, a boat cruise.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, Dad.
The total length of this river is 2,500 kilometers, which originates somewhere near Moscow and merges in Caspian Sea. Passes through big towns of Russia, like Moscow, like Taliati, like Kazan, Volgograd, and Astrakhan.
We're driving from Astrakhan to Kazakhstan today. The border is at Krasnoyar in Russia. It is a makeshift bridge. It's probably like what the army uses.
I've never seen a bridge that's so close to the water.
Now closing into the Kazakhstan border control post. That is Kazakhstan, the control post. After 5 hours, we finally crossed the border control and we're in Kazakhstan.
Thinking of the list: 1 bottle of vodka, 1 pack of cigarettes, 200 rubles to one person, 150 to another, and 100 to another. So total 450 rubles of bribe. This knife has been given to me by the police officer. We just started recording. We were happy that after 5 hours we are out of the custom control, the border. We drove for 5 meters, like 5 meters. We were stopped because we had a film on our car. This light shade, he's saying it's not allowed. If you don't remove this, we won't let you go further. And I said, I don't know how to remove. And he said, no, you have to. The policeman actually removed the film for us on one window, and he showed me this is how to do it. Now do it on the other window.
This is the road from the border control post to Atyrau.
This is the international highway.
It's quite bad. Hi, we are in Atyrau.
Right in front of us is the bridge on the Ural River. This bridge separates Asia from Europe. At the moment we are in Asia, and once we cross the bridge we will be in Europe. Asia. That says Europe. Though there are lots of hotels here, but